Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to join us for this Greenstaff Medical webinar. We are excited to have you here. We hope that this will be a session where you'll learn as much as possible in terms of working in the US as a nurse, what the process is, how we can assist. And we have our guest speakers that will be able to guide you through this process. So sit back, relax. Just some house rules first before we proceed. Can everyone please be on mute during the session? At the end of the session, there'll be a Q&A where you'll have an opportunity to ask questions, and that's when you can unmute yourself. But during the session, please stay on mute. In the chats, there is an opportunity to ask questions. So you're more than welcome to ask as much questions as you want in the chats. And we will be able to answer those questions in the chats. And if we can't, our speakers will then address those questions within the Q&A session. So without any further ado, I'm going to hand over to Piyush. He is one of our team leaders at Greenstaff Medical, and he will then start the presentation. Over to you, Piyush.
Thank you for that, Kasim. Hey, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, or whatever time zones you guys have joined in from. My name is Piyush, and I'm a team leader here at Greenstaff International. So thank you so much, everybody who has taken out some time and joined this webinar. This is definitely just for you guys to make sure that we are transpiring the information and help you as much as we can to make your dream come true to work in the US as a registered nurse. I can see there are a lot of people joining from Dharmika from Sri Lanka. We have Javed from Pakistan, Vincent from Kenya. We have Lusaka, Zambia. People joined from, it's a lot of people I can see engagement happening. So yeah, a lot of people from Kenya. So thank you so much. All right, so who we are, I'll just begin with who we are. So we are a nurse staffing company in the US, and we have placed a lot of international nurses from different visa holders, like different visa categories that I'm gonna definitely cover in the next slides. We are a global healthcare staffing agency. We are presently in 11 countries, and we are still growing and expanding. That's a good part. We hire registered nurses on temp to perm model. And our services include allied, travel, local per diem, direct hire, local staffing, and international nurses, of course. That's the main topic today. We hire nurses on EB3 visa, which I'm definitely gonna cover and talk about. So what are the visa programs that we cover? So we hire nurses on F1 visa who are currently enrolled in nursing program in the US. We have TN visa program available, which means somebody who has studied in Mexico or Canada looking for temp to perm, has our registered nurses has taken the NCLEX, which is of course the main criteria to be able to work in the US as a nurse. And then we have EB3 visa program, of course, that's the main goal. And then we also do H1B visa program. So if you're a tech lab, MLT, MLS wants to work in the US, want to come to US through H1B lottery system, we also have that option for you to help you make your dream come true. All right, so what do we offer? So we'll definitely cover what are the benefits we offer and what are the states. As you can see on the screen, there are a couple of states we have mentioned. We might even have more. It definitely depends upon what positions and how many positions we have at the moment. So you can see we have Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, New Hampshire, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Texas, Vermont, Virginia, Wisconsin, pretty much across the US. We might even have more in the future because that's something who gets added every time. At the same time, I just want to let you know that these are the fast moving positions. So not all the time are 100 positions available, just FYI, so everybody knows. But yeah, we pretty much have like 20 plus like locations that we have covered in the US. All right, so what are the specialties we deal with? We deal in, like we hire nurses for cardiology unit, endoscopy, ER, ICU, labor and delivery, medical, surgical, rehab departments. We have psychology, we have peds, nephrology. We have definitely many more, but these are the major ones we have mentioned on the slide. All right, coming to the benefits part, like I said earlier, these are some of the benefits we offer as you get on board with us, sign a contract with us. So some of the benefits, like we have 24/7 support available to help you with. We have a dedicated team to help you with all your immigration related questions. We have in-house attorney. We have recruiters, of course. That's a first point of contact to help you with finding a good job or job that you would like to be a part of, including pay rates. We discuss the weather preferences, what you like, what you don't like. So definitely the main goal is to make you successful and at the same time you enjoy your job. So we are not into the business of just placing nurses. We also want to make sure that you are successful and happy wherever you go. That's a main goal. Now, some of the benefits are application and support services. We have competitive pay rates in the market. We have continuous education and development program. We have dedicated international project manager that you will definitely meet in further slides. She will definitely hop in and introduce herself. We have family independent application support. So if somebody's coming on EB3 visa, last year in 2023, I placed 6 people together all the way from Nigeria to Washington, DC, all flew together. And the nurse is still working with us and she's liking it. So there were like total 6 family members. And you can be the next one. And then we have free accommodation for 30 days. We have full-time immigration sponsorship, lawyer as well. We have medical, dental, vision, and life insurance. We have paid time off for our nurses as a benefit. If I just talk about, we have reimbursements that we cover for IELTS, visa screen, NCLEX. We have relocation assistance, so we definitely have the housing team to help you with the accommodation part. We have referral bonuses in the picture, wherein if you know anybody in your circle who's writing the NCLEX, are eligible to work as a registered nurse in the US, you can definitely refer your friend and enjoy the perks of referring somebody and helping them to get a job in the US. Next slide, please. And then we have Isabel, who's a project manager. I will take it to her. Do you want to take it from here, Isabel?
Thank you. Thank you, Piyush. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Isabel. I'm the project manager. Once you sign on and you have a confirmed placement, I will be one of your main point of contact. I assist you throughout your time with Greenstaff Medical. My focus is to manage and advocate for the nurses. We stay in contact either through phone or email. There might be some opportunities also for me to go out to your facility and see you at your assigned placement. I follow up with the managers at the facility that you're assigned to. We see basically how you're adjusting to the area and the facility and the environment. Next slide. So these are some of the businesses that we partnered up with. Swoosh, you can register online for courses. This program can help you preparing for some of the exams that are listed there. You can go to our site and you will receive a unique code, and you will receive a discount by using that code. We also partnered up with Advancio. This is a credit union. So because you are with Greenstaff Medical, you'll have the opportunity to open up accounts. You'll have either checking account, saving account. You can apply for an auto loan or a personal loan. And because you are a member, your family members are also able to join the credit union. And AutoSource is company that we partner up. This program are for individuals that are new to the US. No credit history is okay. They work with you getting a vehicle, and of course, that would fit your budget. I look forward to connecting with you all, and I'll pass it on to Kim.
Thank you, Isabel. Excuse me. Hi, everyone. My name is Kim Struble. I am the Housing and Benefits Manager for Greenstaff. Myself and my assistant, Eva Jungaya, make up the housing and travel team. And we certainly understand that relocating can be an exciting but daunting process. So we are here to help everything go smoothly. My team will reach out to you during the onboarding process to introduce ourselves and get started. For housing and travel assistance, we can help with travel, obviously, booking flights, arranging your local transportation when you arrive to the area. For housing, we can provide the temporary first 30 days housing, usually in a hotel or Airbnb. But at the same time, we are also helping you to locate and look for permanent housing, whether that's an apartment or a house in the new area. And we have researched each of the areas where our facilities are, so we can provide helpful information such as what's the climate in the area that you're traveling to? Is it hot in the summer? Is it cold in the winter? What are some of the local attractions? Where's the local grocery store and the mall? Where are the schools? What are the school districts like? Where are the places of worship? Those are the types of information that we've already done our research on. We provide that to you just to help you get settled into the area and become familiar with your surroundings. My team also handles benefits. We offer medical, dental, and vision insurance through United Healthcare, as well as a 401k plan. And we would provide the benefits information during onboarding. The benefits are effective on the first of the month after your start date, and then you'll be sent 401k information automatically. And then lastly, I am located in the United States in Dallas, where our corporate office is. So if you have a Social Security card that's being sent, I would be the one that would gather that for you and then send it to you to get it to you as quickly as possible. Again, thank you for joining us today, and I look forward to working with you.
Let's move over to Mark. Mark is our in-house
Yes.
attorney. Over to you, Mark.
Yes, hi. My name is Mark Del Rosario. I'm the in-house immigration attorney for Greenstaff. In-house attorney, our petitions for our nurses, we do it in-house. We don't refer it to outside counsel. So what does it mean? Well, for petitions, it tends to be there's a faster process for doing or initiating and processing these petitions, and we give a little more focus to the cases of our nurses because it is in-house. So, well, to answer the initial questions that most of you have, that most of the international nurses have, yes, we sponsor nurses for immigration benefits. Of course, when we recruit nurses, we make sure that they're authorized to work in the US. For eligible nurses, therefore, we file the appropriate petitions. Now, typically, we file immigrant visa petitions for nurses. Okay, we don't file non-immigrant visas like H-1Bs because of the ineligibility for that classification. So I actually saw one question already here. Is like, do we hire nurses from India on H-1B? Well, insofar as the petition is concerned, it's a complicated matter. We do not normally petition for H-1B. So our typical petitions are immigrant visas. The only exceptions there, or only exception there, is if you are a Mexican or a Canadian citizen, in which case you would be eligible for a TN visa. And for the TN visa, Greenstaff can sponsor you, so to speak, to come into the US and work on a TN visa. Okay, so just an overview of the process for this immigrant visa. If you are outside of the US, we file the necessary petition for you to be able to come in and work in the US legally. Now, if you are in the US already on whatever visa, like for example, you are already in the US on an F1 student visa, or you are in a, let's say, for example, a tourist visa, or even on an H1, and you want to change your status or adjust your status to permanent resident, for a permanent resident on the basis of a nursing position, yes, we can help you. We can sponsor you to adjust your status in the US. But this petitions being a being an immigrant visa petition, this is subject to retrogression. The retrogression, just to give you an idea, now the petitions for nurses is subject to, the petitions are subject to a waiting period. Unlike before, where you just file and you can adjust status immediately, or you can file for immigrant visa immediately after the petition has been approved. Now it's subject to a certain wait period, which is dependent on the visa availability. So here, the process timelines. So as I said, if you are a Canadian citizen or a Mexican citizen, you can come in to work on a TN visa. In 3 to 6 months, you can come in to the US to work on the TN visa. Now, for those F1 students who are already in the US and who wish to work more permanently in the US, we can act as your employer on your OPT, the optional practical training, during which time we can start the process for the immigrant visa. So once you start, we can immediately file that petitions. Now, for those from other countries other than China and India, as I said, there's retrogression, and now the wait period could be up to 18 months, or it could be more than that now. It could be more than 2 years as we speak. But this wait period, it changes. It changes. Fortunately, the past few months, it has been stagnant at a certain level, but it changes. Now, placements for India and China, they're subject to a longer wait period. That's why there is very rare placements for them. And the PWDs, the prevailing wage determination is necessary. It's a requirement for filing a petition for nurses, and says, yes, we're current. So far as the hospitals that we work with, yes, we are current, so we can immediately file the petitions need be. Yes, that's insofar as immigration is concerned. So I'll pass this on now to Kasim or.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
Yes. So everyone is going to have a lot of questions for Mark within the Q&A session.
Yes.
So let's whatever questions you have on immigration, please post it in the chats. But we'll get soon to the Q&A session, and then we'll get back to those questions. Piyush, over to you again.
Sure. I do see that there were some questions, but that is something we can keep it for the Q&A session. So yeah, coming here, as you can see, we have a lot of testimonies. We hire nurses. Somebody said, do you hire nurses from Pakistan? Yes, we do. We have nurses working with us from Pakistan. And of course, we would love to place you too. And of course, from Zambia, no matter which country you are from, And as you can see, the beautiful faces, these are our nurses. Not all of them, of course, the main ones that we just randomly picked. They have definitely shared their good experience, why they chose Greenstaff and how their experience has been. I would definitely urge everybody to go on the website after this webinar, and you can definitely go through all the testimonials and the good reviews from the nurses. So these are some of the F1 experience, F1 candidates who has shared their experiences with us. Nurse Jennifer Mendoza, you can see Nurse Joshua, who has written great reviews about Greenstaff. Greenstaff is very responsive and helpful, and I'm excited to start my nursing career with Greenstaff Medical. So I would definitely suggest people to check out our website. And we do have a referral program, like I said earlier. So if you are not prepared yet, maybe you haven't taken the NCLEX, but you know somebody in your circle, you come across anybody, your relative, friend, somebody you come across or bump into accidentally who's looking for a job in the US and have the NCLEX and they're registered nurses, we would love you to refer them to us. And we will make sure that your effort doesn't go wasted. And you always have a chance to make perks out of the referral program, which is $1,000 on each successful joining. So how do I get started? That's a very basic question. People get confused who do I reach out? What do I have to do? Basically, like I said, make sure you are registered nurse. You have, if you do not have BSN, which is Bachelor's in Nursing program, make sure you do have associate degree at least, and then you have passed the NCLEX. Don't think because you haven't passed the NCLEX, you would not be contacting us. Don't think like that. You can definitely reach out to us. Maybe we can also guide you how to take the NCLEX, which Board of Nursing would be feasible for you to make sure you have a smooth transition and don't have any hiccups while, getting on board and, have to go through the endorsement of the license. We can definitely guide you with the NCLEX study material. We have helped a lot of nurses with the NCLEX study material. We also have, like Isabel said in the previous slide, we do have support like a swoosh services we can help you with. Also suggest you some videos that you can watch on YouTube. And it's very simple. You can just visit our website and apply for the job, and we will connect you with the recruiters to help you further. All right, so we would definitely want you to visit our website, and then we are on social platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn. We are also on Instagram, TikTok. If you don't use TikTok, I know some of the countries they have banned TikTok, like India. I'm not sure about the other countries, but you can definitely check out our Instagram page, LinkedIn, Facebook, and our website. All right, it's time to take the questions. I see there are a lot of things popping in inbox. So anybody who has any questions related to immigration or whatever, you can definitely drop your questions, and we would love to help you with the answers.
Sorry, Mark, go for it.
Yes, Piyush. I just saw some questions here that are immigration related. One here is the reference to cap exempt.
Right.
And the other one is the question about H-1B nurses from India, which you answered, but I just wanted to clarify what I said earlier. Okay, nurses generally are not eligible for H-1B visas. Okay, and that's the reason why when nurses are petitioned, they are petitioned directly for immigrant visas or for green cards. Okay? So regardless of where you are from, India or wherever, nurses are generally not eligible for H-1Bs. So cap exempt, cap subject, this cap subject term applies to the H-1B visas. So no, we don't do that. It's what we do. Generally, as I said, it's immigrant visa except for citizens of Canada and Mexico, where they can come in initially on a TN visa. So, yes.
That's right. Thank you for adding that, Mark. That was a good catch. Yes. The nurses are not eligible to come on H-1B visa. These are the medical tech lab. But if I just to answer the cap exempt, it is actually 65,000, which is actually universal, if I'm correct, Mark, right?
Yes, yes.
Right.
We have a question from Elizabeth.
Mhm.
Elizabeth wants to know, what are your plans if you're already in the US and have scheduled your intakes? Can I repeat the question? I think Piyush, you can answer that.
Okay.
What are your plans if
Yes,
you're already
please.
in the US? What are your plans if you're already in the US and you have scheduled your intakes? So this person is in the US. I take it on an F1 visa, and they have scheduled intakes exam tonight. What is the next step?
Yeah. So no matter where you at, whether you are in the US or even in your home country, the process would be definitely similar. You would still be entitled for all the benefits we offer to our nurses. But yeah, if you are on US visa, we definitely check what kind of a visa you are on, whether if it's tourist visa, business visa, J1, L1. There are a lot of categories depending upon that will basically decide how long you can stay. But if I generally just talk about if you are in the US, you have taken the NCLEX, you're definitely eligible for the job. So we'll definitely place you, get you the job. We will also help you to crack the interview. For example, if you have decided this particular location you want to go with, so we'll definitely even help you with the interview prep. We will collect all your documents and we will submit your profile over to the hospital. And once you get the job, we'll start the processing. So we'll start collecting your documents and send them over to Mark so he can start the filing process, like the EB3 process. So just FYI, there are 2 petitions for EB3 process. The first petition is I-140, which we do through premium processing. And then there's a second petition we file, or we also call it adjustment of status, which is I-485. Somebody was asking like, how long does it take? I think Elizabeth was asking. Well, that definitely depends. Like Kasim asked you, from which timeline are you referring to? Well, that depends definitely. If you haven't taken the NCLEX, so let's not even talk about that. But if you have the NCLEX, you have all the documents available. First of all, the basic eligibility for the interview is the NCLEX, because that's the first thing hospital would check, or even we would check to make sure that you have a valid US license, US state license. And once you have the NCLEX, we will definitely proceed with the interview. If you get selected, you sign the contract with Greenstaff. We start the filing process immediately. We don't like to keep you waiting. Once your I-140 is filed, that becomes your priority date. So if I look at the current situation, talking about the retrogression is there, I would say it can take from like 18 to 20 months after you have already accepted and signed the contract from that day, if I talk about specifically. So we can say 18 to 20 months. However, having said that, we are keeping an eye on visa bulletin, on retrogression. I would just suggest everybody do not get overwhelmed or demoralized looking at, oh, retrogression is there, we cannot go to US. I know retrogression has been there. It has been a part of this immigration thing. It comes, it goes. I've been into this business for a while now. I've seen that, but that hasn't stopped us from moving ahead. We're still hiring nurses. We're still filing for nurses. So the sooner we would file for you, the sooner you have chances to be in the queue and get your self in the filing process, and you're in the queue. So the sooner we file it, the sooner you would have a chance to get the visa to the USA and get a chances of going through the I-1485 petition.
Excellent. Thank you, Piyush. There's a question from David. David asks, do you hire from Sierra Leone?
Absolutely. No matter which part of the country and on the globe you are, we definitely hire nurses from across the globe. Yeah.
Right. A question here from Mohammed. If you're a nurse from Pakistan with NCLEX, what is the application process?
It's very simple, Mohammed. First of all, thank you for the question. Yes, we do hire nurses from Pakistan. We have hired, like I said earlier. It's very simple. You have the NCLEX, you know you're eligible for the interview. You just contact our marketing team, or you can visit our website and apply for the job, and we will connect you to the recruitment team to help you further.
So some of these questions has been covered.
Yeah.
If I've missed anything, anyone can go and unmute themselves and ask a question. I'm going to give it just a couple of seconds to make sure that whoever wants to ask a question can ask. So please unmute yourself and go ahead and ask a question.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hey there.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, please. What's your question, Kingsley?
Hello.
Sorry, my network is
Hello.
bad. You can
Hi,
type in.
Hi,
I can
Kingsley.
see you're having problem.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Hello.
I think
Maybe
he's
put your
having a
question
network problem.
in the chat, Kingsley. Put the question in the chat. Piyush, I got another question here. Sandra asks, what is the hourly rate?
Yeah, I was actually looking at the same question. Yeah, Sandra, just to answer that, hourly pay rates are different for based upon how much experience you have, which unit you're going to be part of. For example, you cannot compare somebody from the medical surgical background experience pay rate with somebody who's on the higher end specialty like ICU or OR. And I would also like to add that we have a pay rate slabs from the facilities. So somebody from 1 to 2 years of experience, we have a certain pay rate slab, and then somebody who has 2 year and above to like 6 years, then we have a pay rate slabs for them. But usually pay rates are definitely dependent upon how much experience you have, which unit you're going for. And also a lot of people don't know pay rates are definitely also a part of they're being decided based on like a state-wise. Some state has a high cost of living, so you might hear people saying, oh, I got a job $40 an hour in California or $50 an hour in New York. That's just because of the high cost of living they guys have. And yeah, so that definitely matters. But yeah, usually if I just talk about the pay rates, we mirror the pay rates, and these are based upon the experience and specialty.
Great question. Next one, it is from, I think it's Ron. He asked, do you offer a nursing study program?
Which one?
That's from Ron. It says, do you offer a
nursing study program?
Correct.
And it depends. We usually don't offer like a nursing program. I'm not sure if you were saying, do we hire somebody to come to US on a nursing program, like F1 on a F1 visa, like as a student? Then the answer would be no. But if you would like to elaborate that question, that would be really helpful.
Right. Next one from Mula says, can I apply with a diploma in registered nursing?
You can. We have hired nurses with nursing diploma, yes. But as long as you're eligible to take the NCLEX and you have taken the NCLEX already, yes, of course.
Right. I think this one was covered, but I'll pose it again. This is from David. I want to know if you are sponsoring us to take the NCLEX exam.
Yeah, that's a good question. We get that a lot. So when you say sponsoring for NCLEX, you must be asking, I'm not sure if that's what you're asking, if we proactively pay for your NCLEX.
Correct, yeah.
We do not. However, the good part is we do have reimbursements for NCLEX. So we definitely guide you to take the NCLEX, and we can help you with the study material so that you can score well. But once you have taken the NCLEX, you can keep the receipts with yourself, and we will reimburse you for the NCLEX exam fees, including the endorsement for the license.
Right. Next question from Evans says, I have NCLEX but worked in surgical ward for 20 years and for 6 years currently working in a community clinic. Can we work with Evans based on that?
Yeah, Evans, we can definitely work with you. If you have the NCLEX, why not? You have a lot of experience. So we would love to place you somewhere where you could be a good fit.
Amazing. Then we have a question from Dushan. How long is the contract with Greenstaff?
So we have 5,600 hours contract. I know it sounds a lot, but guess what, guys? It is not. It's a flexible contract. So if I just compare 5,600 hours, that is going to be 2.5 to 3 years. However, the beauty of the contract is, I say this a lot, the beauty of the contract is it's a flexible contract. So every hour you work goes towards the contract. So you might do overtime that gives you leverage and flexibility to wrap up the contract sooner than, completing it in 2.5 or 3 years. I hope that answered your question, Dushan.
Right. Let's take one more question, and then the rest of the questions. What we'll do is after the webinar, we'll get a recruiter to contact you. If you have any further questions, you can engage with the recruiter and ask them your individual questions. I think that would give you a chance to get a greater view in terms of what we can do for you. I'll take one more question, and if you want to go off mute, you're more than welcome to do so and ask one more question. But this is from, let's go with Abbas. Abbas is saying, I'm a surgical scrub nurse presently attached to emergency surgical center. I don't have my NCLEX, but I want to sign a contract to work in the US. How is that possible?
I do see you mentioned you have emergency surgical experience. I'm not sure center, what do you mean? But if you have an experience as RN and you're willing to take the NCLEX, we would definitely help you out. Remember, signing a contract, it's definitely important, but before that, we want to make sure you are eligible for the position. Like I said, NCLEX is the main thing, eligibility criteria at the moment. As long as you have NCLEX, you are eligible. If you don't have NCLEX, you want somebody to help you guide with the NCLEX. We have bunch of talented people to help you out with that. Somebody was also asking, how do I reach out to our marketing team so that we can help you further? You can actually visit our website. I'm not sure if Kasim, you're going to drop your email, so these guys can contact you with their questions, and you can place them and make them get in touch with the recruiters.
Yeah, I'll put in my email address now. But for everyone on the call, this is our international email address. So if you have any further questions, please take down this email address, and you can ask any questions, and one of our recruiters will get in contact with you. One last chance, if you would like to go off mute, we'll take one more question. If not, we'll call this a day. Perfect.
Anybody has any question?
Amazing. Thank you to everyone for joining us. We hope the session was useful and you got all the information that you needed. Like I said, if you're still a bit confused, please email our recruiters on that email address that is displayed, and they will get back in contact with you as soon as possible. But thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, and yeah, we hope to work with you in the future. Go well.